why in God's name would you try to go up against the champs with the same type of theme? That just makes no sense to me, but I can't say that. But then again, maybe I will. Who the f- band's going to get mad at me? I don't care.
We're not holding back, so let's get into it. All right, episode number 1. We're down here at the Mummers Museum, and we will be here at the Mummers Museum all the time, thanks to Mr. Brian Donnelly. Gave us a new home for the brand new show, Word on the Street podcast. I'm Mike Jacobs, here with Haley Heron and the Uniter himself, Mr. Billy Oakham. And we got a little interesting topic tonight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little potentially controversial, but that's okay. We wouldn't be mummers, we wouldn't be brigades, we wouldn't be string bands if we weren't a little controversial. We're not here to be safe or to hold back. We're going to give our opinions, and the point of us being down here tonight, mum season kicking off. We're at the headquarters, the Mecca, the cathedral of mummers down here at the Mummers Museum, and we're in the spirit. So what we're doing tonight, what we're here for on the first episode of Word on the Street, is to do just that. We're going to give you the word on the street, the opinions coming from us. We're going to go through the string bands. We're going to go through the brigades. We are going to give our predictions, our top 5 predictions from each club, or each division, I should say. And we're not going to hold back. We're not trying to be nice. We're not trying to be mean. We're just trying to give our first initial thoughts. Because like we said, all we have right now is going off of the theme choice. You know, Billy's had some thoughts already. I mean, you're just looking down the list right now, Bill. I mean, like, just initially, before we even get into it, what are you thinking off the bat? Looking at the string band themes, I see you looking at it right now. What are you thinking?
A lot of the same themes. There's a couple that kind of jump out at me that are very similar to each other. Monsters, mansions, Dracula Castle. A lot of the same stuff. And then there's one in here that I really like the idea of it, and we'll talk about it. I'll let you know what one it is when I get to it, but I really like the theme, the idea. I kind of have an idea where they're going to go with it, but I'm not sure because we're only going by what's written down.
Yeah, that's all we have right now, and opinions might change later. We'll preface with that. Opinions might change later down the road because we'll revisit this topic as we get into the season and as we see more and you move into the convention center or you're driving around the neighborhood looking at the string bands and all that kind of stuff. Opinions could change, but right now, I'll reiterate, this is based on all the information we have right now, which is basically theme submissions, maybe graphics, maybe a couple things you hear, from different clubs or from different friends you have around, So that's all we have to go off of. So let's dive in. Let's start breaking down the string bands here. We're going to go around the table. Haley will go, Billy will go, I'll go. But let's dive into the actual themes here. So the first thing the judges are going to see from the string band division is Durning this year, and they're doing Carnival of the Animals. So thoughts on that, Hal? What are you thinking?
I think it's a good idea. I've seen it a couple times in the brigades now. Cleveland did it similar last year. If it's anything like that, I mean, I actually really enjoyed that performance, so I'm interested to see what the music they're going to play. I think this Carnival and anything like that, I think that you can have really fun music, so I think that's something I'm excited to see.
Bill, what do you think?
That's what jumps out to me too. Fun.
Really?
The word fun. Yeah, I like animal ideas. They're always fun. And Durning's a fun club.
That's the point I was going to make, is that if there's any band, and I know that probably sounds crazy, and I'll probably get pushback on this from some people, like they'll laugh at me, but if there's any band that's willing to take a risk, I feel like it's Durning. They've done some crazy stuff before. They did Monopoly. They did a theme that was around bathrooms and plumbers and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I like, regardless of what your thoughts are, they'll probably do something different with that theme just because that's kind of the way they are. I don't think they'll go straight down the middle with just like a Rio theme, but they're animals or something like that. I just feel like they'll do something that's, I don't know, creative or kind of fun, family oriented, something like that. Second, that you'll see this year, Jersey String Band, which now part of the association. They weren't before, but now they're part of the String Band Association. I don't know if they were last year or not. This might be their first New Year's. I
don't think they were last year.
No, this is their first New Year. Yeah, I knew it wasn't. If it was last year, it was their first year. If not, this is their first year. But part of the association now, part of the family, and they are taking up Spies, kind of a James Bond 007 feel. So that's different.
Yeah, I personally like James Bond. I've always been a fan since I was younger. I think the music, especially, that's going to draw you right in. So I think that could be a really good thing for a band to do. So I think the music for me might stick out the most for this one.
I hope they have a mini May. You got to have a mini May if you're doing spies. I mean, there's got to be a cute little kid in that club somewhere. Some cute kid in Jersey somewhere can
And
jump in.
and good gimmicks.
Yeah.
That could be a good gimmicky.
It could be gimmicks. Yeah, I mean, like from what I've seen from Jersey so far, they usually do something that's pretty like cute. They usually have some kind of cute idea, and they've done babies, and they had the playpen, and they did a down the shore theme. And I was actually watching them the other day. I was laughing because they had some guy come out that was dressed as a rocket pop, and he's just flailing around out there. And I mean, he was having the time of his life. But it's like it's fun to watch that kind of stuff. You just get a laugh at. Like I feel like every club, every band, or whatever they do something effective. Whatever prize you wind up getting, like somebody gets you in some way, whether it's a suit they have or like a little cutesy gimmick or something. So I'm kind of curious what they're doing with this. Reason I'm curious is because this is the first time that I feel like they're doing a theme that could be considered like quote serious. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do. I mean, maybe they're going a different direction, and following them at number 3 is going to be Duffy with Masquerade Ball / Mansion. And we did have a little bit of a conversation when we were striking up with this. Billy kind of, has his thoughts. We'll get to him, but Hale.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see Masquerade, you always think you know what you're going to get. And I think we've been proved in recent history that it's not always the same. So I think anytime this type of theme comes up, I hope I see something different than what I initially think.
First thing, that's the same exact thing I thought. I mean, you gotta, for me, I mean, you look around at the other clubs, and there's certain clubs that you don't want to compete theme-wise, and that would be too close to some of the big boys for me.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'll just go back to referencing the Facebook. That's where I was getting, obviously, when the prizes come out. When the themes come out, that's where
Pictures?
The pictures.
The castle.
And there was one that we're going to get to that's very similar to at least the imagery that Duffy put out.
Right.
Maybe that's just a coincidence.
I think that's what's in my head.
Yeah, maybe that's just a coincidence. That's what they grabbed, and that's what they went with. Because like you're trying to turn something out quick. You want to look nowadays. Everybody does a graphic now, right? So maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's not any deeper than that. But I'm kind of with Bill. Kind of what Haley said as well. It's like, is this going to be really similar to something that another top competitor is doing a little bit later in the parade? And do you want to go down that road? I don't know. Now, just looking at Masquerade Ball / Mansion, to me, that doesn't really seem like it's going to be anything super scary or anything like that. But the graphic that we're referencing,
I think that's what's got me, the graphic.
Yeah,
because now I'm looking at it, a masquerade. It could be, a masquerade. It could be a really pretty masquerade, but that image they put out with the haunted castle, it's stuck in my head.
Even when people submit graphics or even their theme concept, they could always throw people off. So that's always a tag that people do. So doing just mansion or whatever, I mean, more vague sometimes is in your benefit.
Yeah, maybe. After them, we're heading to the Emerald City, the land of Oz, for the 4th band with Hegeman. So I already have one thing I'm super curious about with this theme, but I'll wait for my turn. So
I'll jump in and say I'm interested to see if they pull anything from the new movie coming out, because it would have been out by then. I don't know. I always like Oz themes. I think you have the opportunity for really cool suits. But I'm interested to see, and with a heavily female band too, I'm intrigued to see if they pull out inspiration from a female-led movie too. So that's just my first impression on this.
Yeah, I know my son's going to love it. My son's been wanting to do an Oz theme forever, but I'm hoping that they go more towards the Emerald City and stay away from the whole the Wizard of Oz, the lion, and all that stuff. But you never know with string bands. But I'm looking forward to seeing this one, because the Emerald City, that's endless. It could be. I mean, it's all imagination.
Yep. I mean, the thing that I keep going to with my mind is they're the band that has the female captain. So what's the character, right? Like, there's a lot of different directions you could go. Like Ali said, referencing the new movie that's coming out. I mean, For some reason, when I heard that they picked this theme, I'm thinking the witch, the green Wicked Witch of the West is like what you would do for the captain. But you could do it in so many different directions. Like, is she the Dorothy that arrives to
Right.
the city? Is she Glenda? Is she the Wicked
What's
Witch?
the Broadway show? Is that Wicked?
Wicked, yeah. And a totally 180 to fifth is Polish American, going up number 5 with Hillbillies.
It's always interesting to see everyone's take on it. And you always, again, with some of these themes that have been around and have been repeated so much, you're just like, okay, I hope I see something different.
Yeah. Hillbillies is one of them themes that I think it should be mandatory. It goes every year. One band does Hillbillies because it's such a fun theme.
So every single year that there is a hillbilly theme that's submitted, I'm always like, Quaker. Like Quaker pops into my mind, and that's like where I go. So with that, it's always hard to please me with hillbillies. I love the theme. I would love to do it, but I'm always somehow slightly disappointed with it. I mean, Fralinger even 2010
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
First prize, but it wasn't to me even equal to 91 for Quaker.
Well, Quaker, when they did the Hillbillies, that's a soundtrack that's played at every wedding,
Oh,
every
my God.
graduation party.
I know.
Yeah, you don't go to a party on 2nd Street unless that is played.
It'll be interesting to see what they do because, again, after seeing what they did last year, I'm sure they'll do something cool and creative. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, I keep saying it, but like a totally different direction for the next band coming up after them, Greater Kensington, with Monster High School.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't heard of this type of theme in some time now, but I just reading the concepts we have in front of us, I mean, you could take that from some of the franchises we already know. You can make it your own, or I mean, this is maybe going out on a limb here, but you can even go Stranger Things. I mean, that is technically like
yeah.
a supernatural monster school setting. I mean, I think, again, whatever they give, it's up for interpretation.
Yeah, it's a theme that's got a lot of potential. Shout out to Timmy Luco on the Monster High School. Yeah, I don't have much on that one.
No. Yeah, well, actually, I don't really have too much on that one either.
Sorry,
only
Kensington.
Because, no, it's
Really exciting captain and all, mate.
he is good. Yeah, he is a good. I did really. Here's the thing. Let me collect my thoughts here for a second. The only thing that I'll say with this is I think they were really good this past year. I really like the idea, the hillbilly animal thing that they did. I thought was very, very good.
Yes.
Me personally, I had them close to, if not in the top 5.
Yeah.
Much higher than they finished, and I think they got a lot of promise. I'm gonna say that they must have the talent and the belief that this is going to be good because I think this is probably the hardest theme to pull off out of
From
any.
what I'm looking
out
at,
of any up
I agree with you 100% on that.
I'm not saying that. I am far from saying they can't do it. Trust me, I think they could. From what I've seen from them the last few years, they got John Barron in there, who's a really good creative mind. Their captain, Sean Blueball, really creative guy, really good face for the club. So I'm sure they'll do good. I'm actually more intrigued to see what they do because, not to sound mean, but I have the Spartans in my head, and I'm like,
Sorry, Timmy Luco.
Yeah,
Second shout out, buddy.
yeah. It's just I don't know. It wasn't doing it for me back then. So I'm thinking Kensington is going to do something completely different because I hate to say they watched that and referenced it, but it's a pretty good lesson on let's try something different with that theme. All right, after Kensington, number 7, Aqua Sorcerers. Kind of an open-ended thing for me.
Yeah,
Sorcerer.
sorcerers. I go right to wizardry. I don't know if that's always right or always the direction it's going in. I have to be honest. I hate these themes. I don't know. I dread hearing them come up, but I always am interested to see what they do with them because you can go so many ways, and you've seen this type of theme done a million different times and different directions in String Band and in the Brigade. So this will be interesting. There's something to see. I mean, their show last year was interesting too. I think they did a good job. So
Yeah, I'm interested in this. It could be Wizards. That's where my mind's going, into Wizards, and it's another one of them themes that I'm ready to let go myself also.
Yeah, I'll start out with the tough love portion of what I'm going to say. I hate this theme. I've never liked it. But here's what I think might be a savior here. They've consciously said sorcerers, not wizards. So maybe that, like, Wizards to me is like the long white beard and the Lord of the Rings like type of thing, and I don't like those kind of movies. I don't like that kind of music. I don't. That is just not for me.
It's not my style either.
I'm thinking sorcerers. To me, I don't know why I always just go more Disney, like Fantasia and stuff like that. So maybe I would actually rather see some of the walking brooms with the buckets of water and like
That's
that
a kind
style.
of different concept. I like that.
Yeah, I would rather see that again. I don't know what they're doing. This is just based off the concept that they've submitted. But the one thing I do always like about Aqua is I feel like they have very nice costumes.
Yes,
all the time.
They always do.
Yeah.
They always have really cool gimmicks too.
Yeah, and then actually I'm gonna kick the next one off with the same thing. Number 8, Furco, doing Day of the Dead. I'll reserve my thoughts till my turn, but I'll pass it to Haley.
This theme, I mean, we just did it last year, and I'm over it by now. So I don't know. This is one of those themes where I think the music is really important. So I'm excited to see how they do it because there's been different ways to do it. I think it could be good. I mean, these types of themes can always be good, but at this point, I'm just a little over seeing the skeletons.
Furco, they got that new captain.
Yep.
Young, full of energy. He looks like the kid can dance. I've been watching him dance. But instead of being Day of the Dead, I just wish this theme was dead. I didn't like Mexicans when they're alive, and I like them even less.
Mexican themes when they're alive.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing against Mexicans. The theme. I was never a fan of Mexican themes, and then I feel like Day of the Dead. It's been going out for about 15 years straight.
Yeah,
throwing you guys in there too on that one.
Yeah, I would actually say that I used to like Mexican themes because I loved the music and the culture and all that kind of stuff. But I'll say this. I gave the South Philly did it in 2016. I gave that parade to Fralinger that year.
What was Fralinger that year?
The Aztec thing. I thought they were really, really good. Maybe their position hurt them a little bit or whatever. I'm not saying South Philly wasn't good.
Right.
I just thought Fralinger was a little bit better. And South Philly was the only Day of the Dead theme that I actually liked. And I still didn't think that they...
I love the opening when them suits turned around.
Yeah, I like that. I like how they had the color change going on in the back and like everything like that. Overall, it just doesn't grip me that much. I agree with you. I think Furco's got a really excited young captain. There might not be anybody that's more into being the captain of a string band.
That kid was built to be captain.
Than that guy right now. I mean, Scott seems like he's super ready to go, and I'm sure he'll do a good job and be really excited and energetic. They might not have a better music arranger on the street than John Wernega, who does their music. So I'm sure their music score will probably be fantastic. And I'm not even going to say the show's not going to be. I just I don't know. I don't really get excited for that kind of theme. Just my opinion. But I do get excited for number 9, Uptown Coney Island.
It's my new favorite club.
Yep. I'm like busting to get going on them, but I'll pass it to Haley.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them last year. And Coney Island, this is the one for me that jumped out the most right off the bat. And Coney Island, I think it's something that you've seen here and there, but I don't think it's always been nailed. But this is also a theme, a sleeper that I feel like could go haunted as well. I feel like that has been a potential in previous years, and there's been movies that have kind of like emulated that too. So I feel like this could go many different ways, and I hope it's more old school. But we'll see.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I hope they do it old. When they sent me the graphics to put up on Mum Nation.
Sure, yeah.
I fell in love with the theme immediately.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It had the merry-go-round and stuff like that on it, and I fell in love with it. And I absolutely love this club. They came from nowhere, and they're young, energetic, and I literally look forward to watching them every single year now. And of all the themes out there, it is without a doubt my favorite theme.
I'm with you on that. I have a soft spot for Uptown. It's where my dad started. My grandpa was in Uptown for 40 years. I started growing up there a little bit, and it was the same, like you said, it's a club that came from nowhere, and now they're doing really well.
Yeah.
It was the same thing when my dad was there. They were 16th prize band, 17th prize band, shot up to 3rd, and then we're on a top 5 run for a number of years with some great shows, and I kind of feel like they're hitting that era again right now. They have a great level of creativity. Another band that always has phenomenal looking suits. whatever they do for fundraising, they should give a clinic to other clubs, because I swear to God, they always look like they spend $1 million on suit. Even the candy thing they just did, their suits were unbelievable. So whatever they're doing something
That
right
was first
there.
prize captain, wasn't it?
First prize captain, and well deserved. He could easily win again. He's got a lot of energy. And Bill, I got to agree with exactly what you said. As soon as I saw the graphic for that theme, I was like, this is everything that I am like hoping
It
this
jumped
theme
right
is
out
in
at
this
me.
picture.
It literally jumped out
Yeah,
at me.
it's cool. It's a really cool concept, and it's one that you really don't see done that much. Like, at least this specifically. Like, people have done carnival or fair or whatever, but
The creepy
specifically
carnival
Coney
thing.
Island.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
freak
I'm
show
hoping
stuff.
it's not like that.
Yeah, I
That
don't
gets
think
tired.
it's going to be. I don't. I mean, it could be. It easily could be, but I don't think it's going to be, because like the graphic that they have is a little bit
And
brighter
them
and
them
happier.
name dropping Coney Island, that puts you place,
a good
location.
point.
Yeah.
and
That's a
good point.
time.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool. I do. I'm excited for that one. 10th going up, Frailinger. Another one that I'm kind of excited to see too. Junkyard.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool theme. I think this is really a chance to be innovative and really gimmicky. The only thing that worries me, just offhand, and it's nothing against Frailinger, it's just with the theme, is suits, because they can get muddy really quickly just because of the color palette you might see. But I think they'll do a really good job. I mean, they've been doing a great job. So I think this is a theme for one of the more historically top performing clubs to handle. And I'm hoping it's successful.
Yeah, junkyard themes are one of them themes that can go anywhere. I mean, Quaker's junkyard theme they did a couple of years ago was absolutely fantastic, and you know Frailinger's going to have good music. So it's a very interesting theme to me. I'm interested in going across the schoolyard on New Year's morning and seeing it for the first time.
As long as they're planning on staying away from the hobo thing, I'm kind of done with hobo. If I see one hobo thing in this, I'm kind of pulling back. But if they do something with trash, something with things within a junkyard, something like all the creative things that you could just make up whatever,
endless.
because of it being endless, I'm all in, and I would be excited to see that. Other than that, if they go more of a traditional kind of route, I'm not saying it won't be good, but then it's I'll be let down. I probably won't like it, because I'll have been thinking all this time that they're going to do something else, and then they didn't.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And honestly, a similar feeling about the next one, Quaker City going 11th with Rio.
Yeah, Rio themes are. I'm tired of them too, to be honest. But you can take them a lot of different ways. You can do animals like we've seen. You can do it more like produce and straight just carnival. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can take it. So I think Quaker City is going to really nail this. I think they're going to kick it out of the park, and I don't know. I feel like their music is really going to jump.
Yeah, I see Rio theme right away. I think color, and I think music, and that's Quaker City. I mean, if there was ever a string band that was ready to do a Rio theme, it's Quaker City. You know they're going to blow it out of the water.
Any type of like South American theme, I'm not really usually into, but I'll say this from somebody who has kind of an inside look and an inside feel for how Quaker picks their themes and how they put stuff together and what they do. If they pick the theme that you could consider one of the traditional like run of the mill mummer themes with Rio, if they pick that, it's not gonna be what you think. It's gonna be some kind of unbelievable Quaker City spin that they put on it, and they're gonna work their magic, and they'll be probably fantastic.
Yeah.
The theme choice doesn't excite me, but the club that picked it does.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think they're going to have
The
any
ability to
problems.
take their music to another level, and then you throw in the Rio, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be good.
it definitely will be, and they're going to have tough competition right behind them in the 12th spot with the defending champions South Philly taking up Dracula.
It's funny. I just noticed they went from Christmas to Halloween.
Oh yeah,
But
That's a good point.
Dracula, again, they're name dropping. So I think that's a take. I mean, I'm honestly, this is one of the ones I'm most excited to see, because I think the music itself can be really, really cool. If I remember correctly, their graphic had a lot of the bats around the mansion and everything, and it was very gray and gloomy. So I think this could be a really cool opportunity for a lot of surprises around the corner. So Yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the castle that they're going to build, because they're probably going to build a whole city right in front of your face, because they just keep coming. They just get bigger and bigger, and I don't know how they do it, or where they put it all, but they're absolutely amazing at building. And Dracula, it could be, are they doing the Dracula's ball in the castle or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's I don't know. I definitely like it.
My,
I
my,
like,
my, my thoughts on this, again, referencing the graphics, was my first initial thought seeing it was they're saying Dracula, so definitely give me Dracula. Don't give me a haunted theme where just the captain is Dracula. I want Dracula from beginning to end. I love the Universal monster movies, Frankenstein and the Mummy and Dracula and all that stuff. I love that whole culture, the old monster movies and things of that nature. I love any theme that's kind of surrounded in that. I love the color palette. I love the characters that you can have with it. But give me Dracula. Everybody's done the haunted house.
Right.
Everybody's done Ghost or the haunted mansion or whatever, dead this or dead that.
so here's a question, not to cut you off. Here's a question. We don't know how Denny performs. Is Denny going to be Dracula, or is that too easy? Is that too predictable?
I don't know because I don't want to blow anything that they might do by saying it here, but there's definitely another character that he could be in this that I think would be an interesting spin. That could be, if he is this character, he could be a foe to the rest of the suits that they have. And I think you probably can connect the dots of the kind of character that I'm talking about that he could be, but it would be cool if they did something
Like, I mean, he did that last year. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be the Grinch, but it was brilliant.
Yeah. It was cool because I think everybody probably, I mean, it's easy to say Santa, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was too easy, but he became the Grinch. He literally became the Grinch.
So honestly, I mean, like what you said, too easy, right? Like with being Santa Claus, you went with the Grinch. It is the truth. I mean, if they take that same mentality, is it too easy for him to be Dracula?
Exactly.
I never thought of that until you just said that.
Yeah, there's no way he's Dracula.
Following them up, 13, Avalon, Miners. What are you thinking?
I always like this theme actually, and I the way that they build, and I thought their set design last year was really cool and really interactive. So I'm hoping it follows this year as well. I think this is a cool theme to make it interactive. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, they're really getting good. The past couple of years, they have gotten really, really good. Not that they were ever bad, but they seem to be getting better. And Miners is kind of like a hillbilly type theme, same type of suit.
Yeah.
Being dirty looking and stuff like that. And it looks like this, to me, I'm hoping for a really fun, fast action type theme.
Mm-hmm. I usually love any type of Western kind of feeling theme. Miners, cowboys, pioneers, whatever. I'm really going to be into this as long as it's not like coal miners. Their image looks like it's definitely going to be like golden nugget type of 49er miners. So I don't think it's like a coal miner type of town, like hard hat, like, sooty kind of guys. I definitely think it's what we're all thinking. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. Other than that, I don't know how I'd feel about it. The band after that, last going up this year, 14, Woodland with Pirates.
My first impression is with a theme like Pirates, they have to be really creative with the competition they have this year. I think there's a lot of out-of-the-box themes, and when you're going with one of the ones that are seen more commonly, and it's not just them. I mean, there's other ones that we've seen, but I don't know. I feel like them going last as well, they have something that they're going to have to prove, I think.
Yeah, and Pirates is one of them themes that goes out every year. It's always entertaining, always fun, never wins. I think Pirates won Fralinger twice. Twice it's won. And at least twice. And how many times do you think a pirate theme is going out? 40, 50, 60 times? So the odds are against them. But Woodland's a fun band. Woodland, they are really entertaining. They move. Another captain that moves. So this will be an interesting theme.
I got a high benchmark for Pirates because I was in my favorite pirate theme of all time, and I think that was great. So Quaker in 2019.
Last but not least.
Last but not least.
One of my favorite themes.
Yeah, I love that theme. It was one of my favorite themes I was ever in. So
they could have used that this year.
Any other pirate?
Yeah,
they could have used that same theme name. If you're looking,
they better
for a theme
not.
name. So just to recap real quick, we got number 1 Durning, 2 Jersey, 3 Duffy, 4 Hegeman, 5 PA, 6 Kensington, 7 Aqua, 8 Furco, 9 Uptown, 10 Fralinger, 11 Quaker City, 12 South Philly, 13 Avalon, 14 Woodland, and now probably what you were all waiting for if you didn't already fast forward up to this part is our top 5 predictions. So we're going to go around, Haley, Billy, me. We're going to go what we think our top 5 string bands are just based on execution, band, theme choice, and the graphics that we saw. It's the only information we have to go off right now. What are we thinking? So we'll go
All
to
right.
Haley first, then me, then Billy.
I'm just going to go right off the bat. 1, Quaker City. 2, South Philly. 3, Fralinger. 4, Uptown. 5, Avalon.
Wow, we are actually very similar. Because it's worth mentioning too. We have absolutely no idea what the other ones picked. We all did this on our own without thinking about it, but without telling each other, I should say. But my top 5 is 1, Quaker City, 2, South Philly, 3, Fralinger, 4, Avalon, and 5, Uptown.
Wow.
I think this is the year for me anyway that Uptown finally cracks the top 5.
Yeah.
They've been on the doorstep the last few years. I think Avalon is your solid 4th prize band right now. I personally think that's really hard to beat the top 3 big guys that have been in there for years at this point now. But yeah, I just think it's going to be really hard to beat Quaker, Fralinger, and South Philly.
I want to shake it up
3.
right now.
All right, go ahead. What do you got?
I'm going to go Quaker first.
Okay.
South Philly second. I'm going Uptown third. They're going to sneak up in there.
Wow.
Bump Fralinger back to 4, and I'm looking at Avalon.
Okay.
Oh, same top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have the same top 5.
There is just something about Uptown, man. And I actually hope
Yeah.
that they're higher than the 5th that I predicted them at. The only reason I put them 5th and not higher was because they haven't cracked the top 5 yet. But maybe this is that year that they zoop right past the 5th and go up higher than that. I would love that. I think that would be awesome.
So looking at this list, who would be your sleeper to sneak into the top 5?
I'll go since I already kind of was thinking this already. I was going back and forth between Uptown, Avalon, and the band I'm about to say for the top 5. And even though I'm not a huge fan of the theme, it's Furco.
That's what I'm thinking. The same exact thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of their energy and because of their new captain.
I think they're going to have a great musical arrangement. I'm sure their props and everything will look pretty good. They got a great drill director putting their show together. And I think a good face out in front as captain does change the way your show looks. I do. I really do.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So I really had a hard time leaving them out because musically they're a strong band and they always have been. But yeah, that would be my pick, Furco, for sure.
And Uptown's going to be my sleeper.
Okay.
It's going to be my sleeper.
All right.
I wouldn't mind.
I hope you're right. I'm going to text you
I
New Year's
wouldn't
night.
mind them winning it.
I'm going to text you New Year's night. Hopefully we're right. What do you
Hopefully
think,
it's
Hal?
really loud where I am when you text me.
Yeah. What do you think, Hal? Sleeper pick?
I have to say I agree with Furco. Again, it's not always the theme that you love, but it's what someone's going to do with it. So
Yep.
I think they have a lot of potential.
Right into the Brigades, number 1 this year, Cleveland with Arts.
This is another theme I hate. I'm sorry, Cleveland, and I'm sorry that you're going first. But I will say Rocco is so energetic and he is so fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what character he is. Because with Art, you can go any way you want, but whatever character he picks, he always really knocks it out of the park. So they tend to do these more creative, cuter themes. So I'm actually really excited to see how they do it. I think they're a good club to do it, I think. I honestly haven't loved previous clubs that have done it in the Brigade. So I think they got
I
a good,
agree
good idea.
100%. If there was a club that was ready to do an art type theme, it's Cleveland. They're very good at doing happy themes, and I think Rocco's going to be a couple different characters, but no matter what one he is, he puts on a show.
I agree with that, and I'll make the same point that I made about Quaker. Not excited about the theme, intrigued by the club that picked it. I think back to their Broadway theme, and I think that they're going to do something similar with Art.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
They went through different shows with Broadway. I don't want to give away anything they might potentially do, but put that to Art, and I think it's going to be something similar to that. They always do something kind of cool. I'm not expecting to see the Vikings. I'm not expecting to see the Downtowners or any of the other art themes that were out there. I think they're going to be something different because they seem to be a club that really could care less.
They really
They
do.
do. Yeah. I'm just kind of disappointed they're going first because
Somebody's got to do it.
somebody's got to do it. And honestly, I honestly really don't think they care. I don't. I just think that they go out there and they're going to do their. Yeah, they're going to go out and do their thing. I don't really think they care about the position too much. I just hope that that doesn't hurt them. I'm not a big proponent of believing that the position hurts. I know there's a lot of people have different schools of thought on that, but I think they'll be all right. Following them up, we got the Spartans with Flowers Garden.
Overall, I think this theme is going to be similar in tone to what they did last year, how it could be semi-serious, whimsical. I think they'll have really sharp suits. I think this is a really creative theme for suits. So, especially being a heavily female brigade too, I think their dancers are really going to kill it with this type of theme. So, I'm really excited to see what they do.
It's going to be explosive, fast. They got a lot of young kids that really dance, colorful. Not a big fan per se of the flower idea, but I don't think they're doing flowers. I think they're more along the lines of a garden. I think they're going to be pretty big with the screens, from what I'm being told. Might not be being told the truth, but kind of like what they did last year is what I'm looking to see, like the lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, just from and again, I might have a negative feel about this thing because I grew up in the string bands and it usually wasn't done all that well. So this usually got like the stinker stamp on it. This theme,
Yeah,
but Spartans are up and coming, so I feel like if they pick this, they must have something
something up their
up their
sleeves.
sleeve for
Yep.
it. And honestly, they pulled off a pretty, I don't want to say odd theme this year, but it was kind of quirky. It was different. It was like
Neat.
kind of made up, niche, neat. Yeah,
Neat.
and they did it well. I mean, they finished in the top four. So I'm just gonna wait and see what they do with this. And following them up, number 3, we got Crown with India.
I don't always love India, like any theme like that necessarily, but I think the suits are usually pretty sharp. I think Crown is going to have something to improve this year. So I think they're going to try to pull everything out that they can. Going up third, I think especially they're really going to try. I am a believer in position, so I'll mention that. But I think with a theme like this, you can't go wrong with a straight cultural theme if you do it right. So I'm excited to see how they do this. I think they'll look good.
Yeah, I also I don't really know what direction they're going with this, but I did see their hats had peacocks yesterday, their theme hats. So I'm expecting some animals to be out there. I'm not a fan of India themes, India music. I didn't even like it when the Stars did it, and we won. And it was one of my least favorite wins. But it's intriguing where they can go with this. And they're another high energy club.
Yeah, I like India themes, but again, coming from string band, I like them because I like the music and the intricacy of playing it and how it sounds with a live band. It doesn't excite me as much in the brigades. So for me, it's kind of one of those themes that it was hard for me to even form an opinion on. Like I kind of have to wait and see what they do because there is different directions you could go with it. But with any cultural theme, is anybody afraid to try something different with it, or are they kind of try to be the most traditional you could possibly be to avoid any potential whatever? And does that make it great, or does that make it boring, or does it make it somewhere in the
Right.
middle? Does that handcuff
It's
your
a shame we got to
creativity?
think that way too.
Yeah, and again, I don't think anybody does anything to offend anyone on purpose, or there's no male intent, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that one. I don't not like it, but I'm neutral on India. 4, Vikings, right in the middle of the pack, sort of. Enchanted Forest.
Again, I already kind of mentioned this. I don't really love these themes, but I think they'll pull everything out that they can, absolutely, especially with the gimmicks and the effects that they're known for. Also, coming off the heels of a top string band doing this theme last year, I think they're going to pull inspiration and see how they can do it different. I don't think it's anything you're ever going to expect. So there'll be a show that every year I feel like they're a show I thought I knew what it's going to look like, and it never really is. So even though I'm not a fan of the theme, I think it's always going to be a good show.
Now, right away, you look at it and you see Enchanted Forest, and you think Anj is their choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Quaker was
Yeah.
Enchanted
Yep.
Forest. Anj was their
Yeah, you're right. I
choreographer.
forgot about that.
And I don't expect it to look anything at all like what Quaker did. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be completely different. It's actually kind of a scary theme to me. They're going for 3 in a row. And when you're Enchanted is unlimited and Forest is unlimited and Vikings imagination is unlimited. You put them 3 things together and this could be scary.
Yeah. I have like a top maybe 3 or 4 of themes that I absolutely hate, and this is number 1.
Really?
I can't stand this theme. It came up for years at Quaker. I never wanted to do it, and kudos to them. They pull it off pretty well. I don't like it. I don't like any theme. I've never liked any version of this theme. The only thing I ever liked that had anything to do with Enchanted Forest was the music for the Jokers in '95. I didn't really like the theme that much when they did
good. That was
the
really good.
out
Their
into the
Forest,
woods or whatever.
yes, that was
I just
so
like the
good.
music. The music, the band was kicking, and I like that. But on the opposite side of that, it's the Vikings. So they're going to take any theme and be as creative as they can possibly be with it. They'll be technically good. I'm sure they'll score well in every single category. They know how to, play the point system and do what they need to do to be good.
Yeah.
So I don't think the theme choice is going to hinder how good they do. But again, just based on theme alone, not for me. But I'm sure they'll be good. And honestly, kind of the complete opposite for the club that's behind them, going 5, the Stars with China.
I don't think they're going to do what you think. I don't think they're going to do just straight Chinese. I think they're going to have some elegance to them like they did last year. And I'm not saying that, Billy, because you're here, but I'm very excited to see them. I've always enjoyed watching the Stars. Sometimes they've been a little questionable, but in recent, I think they're really turning it around, and I think they're making a chase back up to the top.
It's colorful. I don't want to really, I don't want to tell you too much because obviously I know what we're doing, but expect color. And it takes me back to, back in '92, we had just won doing Ghouls, and Franny McIntyre came up to me and he said, "You always follow a big win with Chinese." And I said, "Really? Why?" And he said, "Because it's beautiful. It's pageantry and it's tough to beat." And we took Singapore Swing and we won. And every Chinese theme that's going out is always beautiful and always, Avenures, they were beautiful with it. The Sats, my God, what they did with it a couple years ago to win 2 in a row. But I'm very excited to do this. I was a little nervous coming out of last year because it was really close to my heart last year. I loved last year's theme. And Charlie he's got some really nice things up his sleeve going on with this.
This was the only theme through both divisions between the club that's doing it and the theme choice that I was like, perfect. Yeah. This is perfect. I love the theme, love the club, and the pairing of the Stars doing a theme like this, perfect.
Yeah.
It is a perfect choice. And as long as the Stars, which I'm sure they will be based on what I saw this past year, as long as the Stars aren't afraid to be the Stars and do what they do, play on their strengths, this is good.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
And Charlie's old at heart, and he's more of a traditionalist type captain where Michael liked to take risks. And this is the perfect theme for Charlie. Mm-hmm. When we picked this theme, I left the club that day really, really happy.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm actually excited just to watch it, just to see what happens with it. I think it's a really good pick. And I think the next one behind you guys is a really good pick too at number 6, the Jokers with Expedition Everest, Yeti, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, actually, similar sentiment. I think if any club was going to do this theme, I'm really excited to see the Jokers do it. I honestly really enjoyed them last year. I thought it was a great show from them. I think last year and this year might be similar in their approach, but I always like Arctic themes, and I think they can be really, really strong. This can also go cultural as well. So I'm excited to see them, especially right after the Stars. And I think, again, you have 2 male-dominated clubs right back and forth from each other. The themes are both very strong in just what their title is that we're reading here, or their concept rather. So I think they're going to pull off this really well. So I'm really excited to see this one. I always enjoy the Jokers.
Yeah, Jokers. I don't think there was a club last year that had more fun than the Jokers. They came down 2nd Street right behind us, and they didn't care if they got 35th place. They had so much fun. And you jump into this, and this could be a powerful theme for them. They're due. They're due for a monster. Past couple of years, they've gone a little small. The Aztec year, I love them. They were pretty big that year, but David's got them going in the right direction. And I'm really. Are they going to have a white Yeti or are they going to have a brown Yeti?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going brown.
I have
I'm
to
going
say,
tan brown.
I'm a
yeah.
Disney fan, so I have to say brown.
Yeah, we got
Because
beat up when
Expedition
we had a brown Yeti.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like that's more realistic.
yeah.
I mean, not that whatever, but you know what I mean. My thoughts were when this came out, I was like, oh, did I speak too soon about the stars? Because now,
Yeah.
this is a perfect theme too. Honestly, I think both all male clubs picked perfect
Yeah.
themes to be like powerful. Really,
Power clubs need power
yeah,
themes.
Yeah,
yes.
definitely. This and I love this theme. I love Animal Kingdom and Disney World. I love Expedition Everest. I love anything that has to do with that whole like lore. I'm into all that kind of conspiracy crap. You know, all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. I love all that stuff. So creatures and aliens and all that sort of stuff I love. So I'm really excited to see what they do.
They
with
always
this.
have some off the wall stuff too thrown in there.
I know. And it does seem like, I mean, I know that everybody takes a risk and everybody has a level of creativity, but it seems like the last couple of years what they did, with what they did, and I mean this in a positive way, they don't care.
No.
Like they did Cowboys,
They're
did
having
the
fun.
Aliens. It's like they'll try anything. They do, I mean, totally 180 Aliens to Cowboys, then to this. I mean,
I just said that to Brian before you guys came here. We were talking about it, and I said they don't care. It seems like they don't care
in a good way though.
in a good way.
Yeah.
They go out there and they don't. Either you like them or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're having fun and they're putting on some really good shows.
Yeah.
I remember watching them last year in the convention center just practicing, and I was like, wow, they are having a ball
Oh,
drilling.
yeah.
I was
They were
jealous.
coming
I was
out
like, they're
yelling and
killing
hooting
it.
and hollering
yeah,
and all,
and you could tell that's exactly the energy they needed for New Year's Day.
My thought was too, as soon as I saw that they picked this theme, was the Cowboys a little bit of a money saver
Yeah.
to pull this out. Like, did they already have a plan that this was going to be what they did?
point.
yeah.
And they say, you know what, cowboy suits are easy to make. They're not a big cut. Do we save money? And then did we roll the dice on this one next year? I kind of feel like that may be what they did. I have no idea. Got no inside information at all. But I think maybe that's what they did. And if they did, look out, because I think they're going to
Oh
be.
yeah. Now you got me thinking about it. I didn't think that way.
And then following them up, again, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, we got two great themes from two powerful clubs, and then you're going 7 with the Sats, with Magic and Illusions. So
I am very intrigued by this. I think if they do true magic, like White Rabbit out of a hat, I'm gonna love this. I think you've seen magic and the illusion and everything done a lot of different ways, but I think if you go straight up like deck a card magic and sleight of hand, I think they're a club that, you know, with their effects that they've had in recent years, and I mean they've been on top too. I mean, I think this theme is a really good one for them to pull off.
This is the one that intrigued me the most because I have no idea what they're doing. I think that if we still had that light package, I would be a little bit more, leaning towards this idea because it could be anything. I mean, magic and illusions, it could be anything. Smoke and mirror type theme. They always have energy. They can dance and they put on a show. They really know how to put on a show. Tommy's so good.
for me personally, he's by far the best overall guy out there. Like, for me, anyway. I just think that he really knows how to incorporate himself or work with the choreographer to incorporate himself into the show. He just does very good directing what he's doing, and the show. I liked him this year. You know, the club got third and he got first. I mean, what's he been captain 4 times? He's won 3, right?
Yeah, I believe he's got 2 first prize clubs and he's
3 first prize
I think
captains.
3 first prize captains.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't go wrong with him. He knows what he's doing out there, and I will say though, I am intrigued by the theme. I'm excited to see it. I don't know what to say about it because I don't really know what direction they're going. I mean, again, Magic could be anything from Wizards to kind of what the Stars did with a whole bunch of different.
I hope that's
Magic.
what they do.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it, but I don't really know too much how to speak on it because I don't really know. I don't have a clue what they could be doing, and there's so many different avenues we could sit down here and talk about them for an hour.
They're probably all wrong.
Yeah, right. They probably all are because maybe they just made something completely up, and who knows. And you can kind of say the same thing about the Downtowners that are coming up next at 8 with this musical instrument show. who knows, right? I mean, hell.
Yeah, I actually really like the concept, and this can go many different ways. And I think, this type of theme, you have to nail it. Anything that you're taking a big risk, you have to nail it. It's not commonly done. It's been done, but it's not commonly done. I think this one, obviously, music has to be really strong, and you have to have a good music and choreography that's going to show that. And there's a lot that you might think you're going to get, and then you think about it again, and this can go so many ways, especially just saying musical instruments. So that can be anything. So, I mean, even though I'm in the downtowners, I'm excited to see what we do with it, because it could go really any way.
This is the one for me where I literally have not a clue. I have no idea what you guys are planning. I'm excited to see it, but when I see musical instruments, the only thing that comes to mind is back in the 80s when the Saturnalians did it. When Davey was captain, when they were the actual instruments. I don't know if you are the instruments. I don't know, or use the musical notes. I literally don't have a clue. I don't even have an opinion on it, because I can't even think of any. If you sat down at a meeting and said, I'm in your club, and you say, we're going to do this theme, you have any ideas? I would have to look at you and say, no, I have absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I was honestly, even as somebody who's a part of it, up until maybe Sunday, I thought exactly the same thing you said, Bill. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it could be. I am not on the committee this year, so it's not even. I don't even have that going for me. I really have no idea what this is.
Which it
going to
also
be.
makes it one of the most exciting ideas for me, because I'm looking forward to it. And talk about captains to put on a good show. Aussie was phenomenal last year. He was absolutely everywhere, I thought. And yeah, I don't know on this one.
I'm a huge proponent of doing things that are different. I'll always be for doing something different, so I don't have to do another pirate theme or
Yeah.
another Native American theme or whatever like that. But with different comes execution. Not that you don't have to execute
territory.
every single theme, because you do, but there is definitely, you have to have a very good system of checks and balances to be as different as some of the themes on this list are. And this is just another one of them really, really tough ones.
Yeah.
It's hard to gauge how it's going to turn out, but hopefully
Interesting.
Hopefully it comes out good. Behind the downtowners, we got number 9, Avenuers with Voodoo.
Last year it threw me off, but this year I'm excited to see them do something I know I'll understand, no shade, but Voodoo, I do like these types of themes. I like Bayou, I like Voodoo. We saw Freilinger do it last year. I wonder if they're going to, take from them a little bit, or inspiration from their suits. I don't get excited necessarily about this theme anymore, so it's hard for me to have more of an opinion than that.
Yeah, it could be a good bounce back theme. They had a really rough year last year. My son's with them, tells me nothing. We kind of have a thing we don't tell each other anything anymore. But it's one of them themes where you could go cheap or you could go big. I don't know what their financial situation is. I know they were hurting, but they're young. They're exciting, and I think last year was a good kick in the ass for them, because they sat back, and things just happened for them. And then last year, they were in December without costumes, and we gave them costumes, and we basically gave them jester costumes that they had a month to turn something into them, and they came together. My son said they had a good 15, 20 guys up there every night, with the hot glue guns and the staples, and the whole Mummer community came together for them last year, which I thought was really nice. We need that again. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. How far up they can go on the list, I don't know.
But overall, I think it's a good pick for them, and a good spot too, and an even better spot closing out the show. Well-deserved spot. Satin Slipper going up last, finally. I feel like we're always saying first, Satin Slipper. Finally going up last, Satin Slipper with Clowns.
I don't know the depth that you can go with this theme, though, if you're just doing straight clowns. So I hope they really pull it out. I will say, they're a brigade I really love watching perform, because they perform really well. Their suits are always really nice. Their sets are always really nice. I don't expect anything less. They're in a good spot this year. I just don't know what to expect, because clowns, to me, it's a pretty flat. There's just not much depth.
Are they going giant with some secret clown thing? Clown is normally a throwaway theme that, you do as a bounce back. Let's take a break. But I don't see Slipper doing it. I mean, if they didn't pull back last year, going up number one, I can't see them pulling back with the spot that they've been praying for years. They finally got their spot, and I be honest with you, I don't understand the concept of clowns now. It's always cutesy, and history shows you in the Brigades, cutesy doesn't win.
You can do gimmicks because you can really make it up. I mean, are they going to do circus? Are they going to do like a clown town? Are they going to do, I don't know. I don't know what, but you can pretty much do anything. Clowns have a million different gimmicks when you see the circus. They have a million different outfits. They have a million different things they come out and do. If they know how to harness that and pick and choose and be selective what to put in there and what not to put in there, I think it could be a really cool theme.
This could be the sneaky one.
It
really
could.
could.
It could be. It could be. All right, so that was the last one. So let's go through recap real quick. First, Cleveland, 2 Spartans, 3 Crown, 4 Vikings, 5 Stars, 6 Jokers, 7 Sats, 8 Downtowners, 9 Avenuers, and 10 Satin Slipper. And of course, now the moment I'm sure everybody's been waiting for, our picks, again, based on theme, concept, everything we know so far, which is not much, but the top 5 Fancy Brigades for 2025. Starting with Haley, what do you got? What are your picks?
I'm just going to preface this by saying, as a member of a brigade, I'm approaching this as if I have no idea what we're doing. So just based off what's been posted on Mum Nation, what you can see on there, just based off of any of the graphics you see in position, I have Stars first, Sats second, Vikings third, Jokers fourth, and Downtowners fifth.
I got, unless you want to go, Bill.
No, you can go.
Okay, we'll save. I think we know what he's going to say for at least one of the picks. But so far, I got first prize, Stars. Second prize, Vikings. Third prize, Jokers. Fourth prize, Saturnalian. And fifth prize, Spartans.
Interesting. I'm going to go with Vikings, Sats, Jokers, and Crown. And then you take them and back them all up and slide the Stars up first. But I'm not going to sit here and pick the Stars first. That wouldn't be right. We're going to be up there. But, I mean, the club to beat, obviously, is the Vikings. I mean, they are going for a three-peat, and they have a purpose. So I'm going to lean towards Vikings, Stars, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think that's fair. And I will say it was pretty hard to just pick the 5 because I did think just based on theme and concept that there was some good ones. But sleeper picks, what do we got?
I have Spartans.
I'm going with the Jokers.
I feel like maybe the Slipper. I don't know. I know that's probably crazy to say with the Clowns, but I don't know.
You have a really good lineup this year. I think every third of the show, you're going to get some power. And I think that's going to make the competition a little hard now, especially that the judges judge everything. So I think it's going to be, I don't think there's going to be a definite first until the last brigade goes up, because there's a lot of different themes out there. There's a lot of potential. And I think last year was a good show too. I mean, there's a top 3 where, I mean, you could have argued anyway. So I think seeing what they all do this year.
Random question, and before we wrap up, the theme from each division that you're the most excited to see.
I'm going to stick with Coney Island, and I got to be honest with you, I'm excited to see the Stars theme come to life. I've seen it on paper, seen videos, heard the music. I
have Jokers for the Brigades. I think they're just going to pull this off really well. I'm hoping that they do. I'm excited to see it. And I really like those types of themes a lot. And then as we're talking, I have to say South Philly with Dracula, because they did name drop.
Yeah, that is jumping out at me.
They name dropped. So if they stick Dracula, vampires, Dracula's castle, I think that'll be a really good show.
Just theme alone that jumps out to me. I got to go Jokers. The Expedition Everest. I am just really excited to see that. I love that kind of theme. I just can't wait to see what they do. I'm another one with South Philly. I'm very, very intrigued to see what they do with Dracula.
It seems like we all love the Jokers, and we're all looking forward to South Philly.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I'm kind of looking forward to everything. And honestly, I was looking forward to coming back out here with you guys tonight because I didn't know if we were going to be doing this anymore. And now here we are. We got a new home at the Mummers Museum, new show that's going to be coming to you all the time on Spotify and hopefully Apple Podcasts. And we'll have video later on as we come, special live events and all that kind of stuff from our new home at the Mummers Museum. Got to thank Brian Donnelly for that. And Cheyenne, was it?
Yes,
Cheyenne, who carried the tables up the steps for us tonight. And we can't finish today without plugging the Mummers Museum 2024 Fall Festival and Vendor Market, which is going to be Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So come out and support that. And also the Mummers Museum has memberships, right? You can become a membership here.
Yes.
I mean, it's never
Everybody
a bad
should be a
idea.
member.
Never a bad idea to be a member, especially if you are a mummer. But even if you're not a mummer, become a member of the Mummers Museum. There's great benefits of it, and it's a great place to have parties. I mean, the hall looks beautiful downstairs. It's all redone. It's really, really a nice event space, and we can't thank them enough for letting us come in here.
Brian is so excited about. They have so many different ideas that they're going to start working on right after New Year's. He was telling me right before we started what this room right here that we're in right now, and it's going to be amazing when they're done.
I'm really excited to see it too.
Yeah,
I am really
I don't want to put it out
see
there what they're doing.
Oh yeah, no.
But it's going to be, if you want to
Come-
see it,
come
you're
here
going to
and
have to
see it.
come.
Yep.
Paid a couple dollars it is to come in. I mean, this is everybody's home.
Yep.
I mean, this is our house, and I think everybody that's a mummer should be a member here and just stop in and see what they've done to the place.
Learn some of your own history.
Exactly.
Even when I walked in tonight, I was like, wow, I haven't been in here in a while.
And it
to see the
revolves,
costumes.
which is
It's great.
sharp.
It's a really cool thing. So, I mean, it's great that we're going to be here throughout the taping of our episodes.
It's our new home.
Yeah, it's our new home. I'm looking forward to it. We got through the first episode.
Yeah.
Don't kill us over the picks. Make sure you come back for the second one, which will be soon. We got some great ideas coming out for you guys. But, of course, don't forget to follow Mum Nation on Facebook. Like and follow the Mummers Museum on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm Mike Jacobs.
I'm Billy Oakham.
I'm Haley Heron.
We'll see you next time.